Okay, so for now, we took a look at a couple of tools used for information gathering, but what happens if some of the tools stop working? Or if they get outdated? What are we going to do? We cannot depend on certain tools. If a tool breaks, we must find our way around to do the task either using other tool or by creating that tool ourselves. Well, luckily, there are a lot of tools available for us to download online. And we cannot cover all of them, but what is important to cover is how we can download them. So, in this video, we're going to be searching for an information gathering tool that we can download online and then run in Kali Linux. And the best place where we can find those to download is GitHub. Most of you, if you are either a developer or a programmer, are already familiar with GitHub, and for those of you who don't know what GitHub is world's largest community of developers that build and share their software. So let's see how we can download some additional tools from there. First of all, open up your Firefox, and when we download tools, we either know exactly which tools we want to download, so we search them by their name, or we have no idea what tools even exist. And this is the case where we don't even know what we want. We only know that we're looking for a tool used for information gathering. So let's just type that. In search bar, type information gathering tools GitHub. Up here, information gathering tools GitHub. Press enter. Okay, so let's just click and go with the first link. Information gathering tools. Make sure that it is from the GitHub page. And down here it will output us with a bunch of different tools that are used for information gathering. As we can see in the description, scan all possible TLDs for a given domain name, information gathering, website reconnaissance. This is a program to detect probability of admin page. And we got a bunch of different tools. If we go to some other links, we will also see some other tools available. So from the second link, we get the Sherlock, the Photon, F-Society, Pen Testing Bible. If I go all the way down, here is the Harvester. Remember this tool we used in the previous video. And by the way, if you didn't test out once again whether you managed to get some of the results with it, try it out right now. And down here, we will get Discover, which is also a known tool, Raccoon, Striker, Red Hawk, SandMap, and a bunch of others as well. And let's just go with any one of them. Let's just go with this one. Let us read the description. It says, all-in-one tool for information gathering, vulnerability scanning, and crawling. A must tool have for all penetration testers. Okay, so it seems interesting. Let us click on it. Click on Red Hawk. And here is the page of the tool. These are all of the files that the tool has. We can see them right here. Down here we got README. This is what we can perform with Red Hawk, so we can read what are our available options with it. And down here, released versions, changelog. Down here we also get how we can install it, how to configure it, and we get usage. Now, sometimes you will need to install some of the requirements that the tool needs in order to run. And you can almost always find the commands that you must run on this tool page. So, as we can see right here, we got the usage and installation, so all we need to do is follow both of them. And different tools might need different requirements, but this is something that you will get better at the more tools you install. However, to just download a tool from GitHub, you will always use the same command, and for this command what we need to do is we need to copy the link to this tool. So copy up here this link, right click, copy. Let us lower this page and open our terminal. And the command is git clone. And by the way, make sure that you're in the /desktop directory before you run this. Then type git clone space and then paste the link and press enter. And this is the command that we use to download a tool from GitHub. As we can see right here, it downloaded all of the files, and right now on our desktop we got the folder called Red Hawk, which is our tool. And also keep in mind that sometimes once you're searching for a tool, you might need to download multiple different tools before you run into a good one. So let's test this Red Hawk tool out. Let's see whether it is any good. To run it, well, we don't know how to run it, but we can go to the Red Hawk directory and see what files we got right here. So we got some PHP configuration files, functions, PHP. These are all of the files that we really are not interested in at the moment. If there was, for example, a usage file, we would most likely want to read that in case the tool is complicated. But for now, we got this redhawk.php file. And out of all of these files, this is the file that seems to be the tool. So how can we run this? Well, first we notice what type of file it is. It is a PHP file. So to run it, we must type PHP and then the file name. If it was, for example, a Python file, we would type Python and then the file name. So depending on which file type it is, we run it like this, so PHP, redhawk.php, and press enter. It will load this with its banner, and it tells us right here that some of the modules are missing, and it tells us that we can try fix command, or we can simply just install it ourselves using terminal. So let's see whether this tool will install it for us. If I type fix, checking if curl module is installed, curl module not installed, and installing curl operation requires sudo permission, so you might be asked for password. This asks us for sudo password, and let's input it. And it seems to be downloading the curl module for us automatically, and we don't need to run other commands. It is also installing the second thing that I'm missing. So let's just wait for this to finish. And it tells us right here, job finished successfully. Please restart Red Hawk. So let's clear the screen and run once again PHP Red Hawk, and right now we don't get any error messages right here. It only asks us which website we want to scan. So let's just go with Google, why not? Let's see what are the available options that we have. Enter 1 for HTTP or enter 2 for HTTPS, and since Google is HTTPS of course, we will select 2. And here are all of the available options that we can use with our Red Hawk. Basic recon, site title, IP address, Cloudflare detection. So let's see just the basic recon of Google. If I type number 0, it should perform the basic recon. And here are some of the basic output for Google. So we got site title to be Google, IP address, web server, Cloudflare, and it seems to be stuck at Cloudflare. So let's just Control C it. It could be just a bug, and let's run it once again. Type google.com. Type 2 for HTTPS, and let's go once again with 0 just to see whether it will perform it correctly right now. And never mind, it seems to be stuck at Cloudflare once again. So let's just go with other options and test them out. Now this is what I'm talking about. Maybe if you don't like this tool, maybe you want to consider going and finding some other one. But for now we only tested one of the options, so let's go with other ones as well and see what else can we get. The who is lookup, let's go with that one. And we get the who is response for our Google. Good, so this option seems to work. It tells us scanning complete, press enter to continue, so let's continue and let's go with geo IP lookup. This should tell us the coordinates of the Google, and it does tell us the country, the IP address, the latitude and longitude, but city and state seems to be unavailable. Let's go with another option. We got grab banners, DNS lookup, subnet calculator, nmap port scan, and this option right here is something that we are not going to run right now, since this is something that we cover in the scanning section. The subdomain scanner is also something that we are not going to be doing right now. These options as well, so these are just some of the advanced options that we are going to cover later on, so we won't be running them at the moment. We can go with, for example, DNS lookup to check out which DNS servers it has, and here is the output. So this tool seems to be pretty good. It does give us some of the information for Google. Now of course there are other options that we didn't run and that I would advise you not to run, since some of them can be considered advanced scanning methods. But nonetheless we will be covering them in the next section. So for now on, what we did is we managed to find the random tool on GitHub, install it and get it to work. We also tested it out, and it did give us some of the information. Now, what I want you to do for the next video is try to download the same way a tool called Sherlock. It is also a tool from GitHub. We saw it up here. If I go one step back to this page, the first tool that we saw was, I believe, called Sherlock. Try to download this tool. It is a tool that is used to discover different accounts on different platforms based on the usernames that you specify. Try it out and we will see how to download it and run it in the next video.